All right. First and foremost, I want to say, call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. This is all praises to the Father in the name of the Son. Right. I also want to say Yahweh Hashem Yahshai Barakatah, mean the Most High in Christ bless. Right. And with that, I want to just get right into it. Um, so on YouTube yesterday, right, every day after work, typically I come home, right, watch some videos. Uh, we actually gonna show the video in question, right? Um, as to why I'm bringing up this topic, right? But we're gonna get it. What is his? I can't even think of it, man, because it actually pissed me off, man. Right? So this man, this dude, he's obviously lying. I watched the whole video here, the 4 hour and 37 minute video, man. Right? And then he comes back and says Cooley and Andrew Wilson destroy Hebrew Israelites, man. So I'm not gonna get into the video. I'm not sharing none of the video. I'm not doing none of that, man. Right? I am going to go off of the topic at hand, right? That they were talking about with the Gorilla Hebrew and Tazariak, right? And there was another brother by the name of 6'5". I don't know who he is, man. He was speaking in the spirit, partially, man, right? He did have some flaws, but we all got our flaws, right? But the thing is, they were going into Deuteronomy 28 and 15, right? And how you have to fit the majority or a lot, most of the curses, man, in order to be a child of Israel, man, right? This is how we determine who are the children of Israel today, right? And that was when the Edomite devil, Andrew Wilson, had mentioned that he could apply these to everyone, right? And it is in a sense true, right? Because these can be applied to other everyone, man, right? But the main focus to me here is this here, verse 32, right? So we're gonna deal with mostly 32, right? And we're gonna deal with how it applies to every nation of people in the U.S., right? Because the sex trafficking rates is at an all-time high in America, man. But we also gonna go into the facts, right, and determine who it fits more. Because if it can be applied to everyone, that does not mean that it fits every person, man, right? And this is not going to be a heavy precept video, man. This is going to be a more articles and bringing up links off of Google, my Google searches that I've done to find out this information, man. So without further ado, man, I'm actually going to get right into Deuteronomy 28 and 32. It says, "Thy sons and thy daughters, right, shall be given unto another people," man, right? So actually, let's go back. I want to get the other tab that I had first, right? I did two Google searches. This one, right, is no, that ain't even what I wanted either, man. Right? I wanted this the CPS link, right? So this is what I searched on Google, demographic of CPS child removal cases, right? And CPS obviously is Child Protective Services, man. It says CPS child removal cases disproportionately involve Black, Hispanic, and Native American children. Who do we call the 12 tribes of Israel, man? The Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, right? If we go into this, man, we see that it's a disproportionate amount of missing Black children, Hispanic children, and Native American children as well, man. Well, I'm going to get into that, right? But this is talking about on a governmental basis, man, right? In order to get this information, man, I first searched, right, and I did not include that in my links that I have in my email that I sent to myself at work, right? But this does not the initial search I've done, right, was What percentage of CPS cases result in the removal of children? And the percentage of CPS cases that resulted in the removal of children were less than 50%, right? So that's rather here nor there, right? But when it comes to Black and Hispanic and Native Americans, right, they are the children who are most removed from the homes due to CPS, man. Right? Let me see. I didn't include the other link, so it's got to be here, right? I think it was a chart that I had. I thought I had a chart. Okay, hold on. So actually now we actually going to go back into Deuteronomy 28 before I get too far, right? So it says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people," right? So hold on, wait. Oh man, I don't have my phone. I want to search it, right? Give me 1 second, right? I'm just looking for another verse in Deuteronomy 28. Salakia. If it is in Deuteronomy 28, I might actually be thinking of something. Right, no, it is in Deuteronomy 28, right? So and it says, I'm actually going to stop here in Deuteronomy 28 because we're going to finish, or Deuteronomy 28 and 32, because we're going to finish that verse, right? I want to get 41, right? It says, "Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, and shall not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity," man. Right? So when you think about CPS, man, right? Fighting for children back, right? Oh, this is actually demographic of missing children. That's going to be the next one, right? But when you go into it, man, right? When you get into the demographic of CPS removal of children, man, it says here, "Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them," man. Right? You can't enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity, man. What is a form of child captivity, man? Right? Either sex trafficking can be one, right? But another form of it is CPS, or let me get the right tab. CPS taking your children captive and then putting them in another home that they don't belong in, man. Right? It's understandable for some cases, right? But in instances where the government doesn't agree with how a parent raises their child or so on and so forth, even though it's not against anything, man, this is they sometimes do that, right? It have to be a strong case, right, for CPS to remove a child, but it is disproportionately higher in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American families, man, only because they don't agree with us properly disciplining our children, and they don't agree with how they obviously don't want Black, Latino, and Native American children to be raised by their parents, man, right? And it says it's a major factor. It says poverty is a major factor in disproportionate number of Black and Hispanic children in the child welfare system, man. Right? So it's saying that poverty is the reason why they take us, man, right? But that is no logical reason to take children from their parents and give them to somebody else, man. Right? Because 9 times out of 10, you're taking a child and you're giving them to a white counterpart, right? And then they will be abusing these children, right? Because these white people, like, who's the actor, right, that has two black sons, and she says that they're girls, man. I think it's Scarlett Johansson, man. Right? Let me see. I don't want to get this. Give me 1 second. It ain't Scarlett Johansson. Hold on. Sandra Bullock. Hold on. Is it Sandra Bullock? Let me see. I'm just trying to see if it's Scarlett Johansson, man. So one of these actors had two boys and they made them into two girls, right? I don't think it's Scarlett Johansson, man. Right? It's just I can't think of the actor off the top of my head, man. Right? It says that my browser lost connection, but I don't believe that, right? Um, but yeah, man, I can't think of the actor who it was. I'm gonna find it, man. I don't know. Is it Angelina Jolie? It might be Angelina Jolie, man. Right, but there's so many different celebrities popping up, man, because these celebrities are weird, man. Right, I'm gonna just share this, man. I think it's Angelina Jolie, as you can see here, right? And then these are two boys that, if I'm not mistaken, she made into women. So actress actually Charlize Theron confirms she has a trans daughter of color, man. Right? I think she had two, but I'm not sure, man. Right? So I'm not sure who the actor is, man. Right? But they are taken, like it says in Deuteronomy 28. Let's actually get into this tab, right? It says that thou shalt beget sons and daughters, and thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Why would they go in captivity, man? Because they getting taken from their parents and given to the others, man. Right? And they don't even really want to be able to raise the children. They don't want nothing to do with them. So I just had to confirm that it's still going because my streamer said that I wasn't streaming right now. I was just bad connection, right? But it's still working, man. So it says that we gonna have sons and daughters, and we not gonna enjoy them, man, because they go into captivity, man. They take our children, man. CPS more specifically, right? And they make them captives, man. Right, and then the initial search that I had, right? Let me just make sure. Right. So the initial search that I had here was demographic of missing children in the United States, right? And it says, right, why do they have to always use disproportionately, right? Because they know it's wrong, man. It's high. It shouldn't be this way, man. Right? Let's actually get the definition of so demographic. Okay. This. So the definition of disproportionate, too large or too small in comparison with something else, right? So when you go into demographic of missing children in the United States, right? It says in the United States, missing children include a variety of races. So yes, they would be right by saying, well, I removed the tab, but in that video, right, they would be right by saying that these can be some of these curses can be applied to all people, man, which is true, right? But it's not upon them forever, right? Because 9 times out of 10, when you have the white children being reported, I mean white children going missing, they are um they are reported the most, man, right? And they are actually broadcasted, man, right? But when you have black children, man, a lot of them don't go report it, man, right? But let's actually get into it, right? It says race and ethnicity, right? It says in 2022 there were 313 193,017 reported missing cases for white children, right? In 2022, it was 193,151 black children. Now, yes, by number, more white people go missing, right? But we only make up, hold on, let me see, percentage of blacks in US, right? We just going off of here, right? And I even generalized it and went up higher with this, man, on my Facebook post. I said 16% of 16% of the American population is is uh is black, but it's actually 13.7, man, right? And also when you want to get into this white, man, right? A lot of these here are going to be what we know as Hispanic, right? Because in America, it's white, it's black, it's Asian, right? Indian, I honestly don't know why they would even list Indian here because Indian falls under Asian and still Asian and Indian, right? That's still not even half as equivalent to blacks in America, right? And you have to reduce some of these numbers here, right? Because this also includes Hispanics, man, right? And it doesn't mention any Native Americans, so you can say this high number of unknown race, 18,928, is going to be partly the Native Americans, man, right? So we have damn near 200,000 black children that were reported missing in 2022, man. And then and then the chart that I had. Let me get this chart right. Right? So this chart says what the data shows, disproportionalities in child victimization, man. Right? And we're gonna just not read none of this, man. If you want to get it, it's missingkids.org/blog/2021/what dash the data dash shows dash the disproportionalities dash and dash child dash victimization, man. So if you want to read it, you can read it. I'm not gonna read it. The reasoning behind me getting this was this chart here, man. Right? And you see, right here, it says that, and this is from 21. So this has to be okay. So it says I'm going to get a little bit. This is from 2016 to 2020, man. And in that time period of 4 years, man, right? The US population, man, it says that the black population was only 14%. So it didn't change much, right? The US population of blacks did not change, right? And it says that white, right? And you don't see here Native American, right? So or okay, I'm lying. You do see Native American, you see Hispanic here, right? So they saying that 36% of the whites, right? And why would this number decrease from 313,000, right? Or that would have been a lot higher than this if it was over 100,000 and something more, then roughly 110,000 more people missing than this, man. Right? That's actually a few percentiles higher, man. That might actually be 10 to 20% higher, man. Right? Because the other numbers that was shown, man, was let me share it again. Right? If you do the math here, man, right? Let me get this calculator. Right? I'm pulling up my calculator. I'm not gonna share my screen with the calculator. But if you multiply 313, I'm gonna just say 1,000, right? Plus 193 thousand plus, right? 11,000, right? And I'm just going off of the numbers that they get providing off of Google, plus 10,000, and this is rough estimate, plus 18, or I could actually go back and say, well, we're gonna say 18,000, even though it's closer to 19,000, right? Actually, I'm gonna add another 1,000 to that just to weigh that out. So it was a total of roughly 546,000 missing children in America during 2022, right? If we divide 546,000 by 313,000, right? It's hold on, wait. So we gotta do 313,000 divided by 546. Okay, whatever. I put 545, but it's gonna be rough. That's over 57% of whites that were and that's easy math right there, honestly. I should have been able to do that with my head, but that's easy math showing you right here, and we're gonna go back to this chart that it should be higher, man. Right? This chart actually shows Hispanic. So that 36 plus 18, man, that's what is 36 plus 18, man? That's 36 plus 18. I'm not good with my quick math today. That's 54%, man. So that equals out, man. They categorize the Hispanics as the whites, man. Right? So I got these damn work pants on, got my phone falling out my pockets and all that stuff, man. But yeah, man. If you go into it, man, you see, right, that this does add up, man. They my claim that they include Hispanics and whites together, that would be what this here, right, is showing that it's no Hispanics, so they gotta be reported here, man. Right? The whites they report Hispanic children as white, man. White missing children, man, but they don't report it and give you the Amber Alerts, man. Right? Because they could care less about that, man. Right? So the point of me bringing this up, man, was even though black people make up 14% of the population, so supposedly they make up 31% of the child abduction rates, man. To the white 36%, man. And even though Hispanics, which it says that they make up 25% of the population, right? There is no way that that's an accurate number, man. There's more blacks in America than there's Hispanics, but that's rather here nor there, right? So if we're gonna go off of Hispanics, right? Then we're gonna say 25% of the population make up 18%. So they make up half of the rate of the white race being targeted, man. Right? Half of these men, right? So let's say it's what if I wish I had a total number here, man. Right? It don't tell you a number for how many cases it was of missing children. It don't tell you none of that information. It's just a graph, right? And here you don't see any major numbers, man. Right? Um, so you got to just go off of what the percentages say, man. Right? Let's use that number of 545,000, man, and assume that that's what it is, right? 36% of them was white, man. 18% of them is Hispanic, man. Right? And then 31% is black, man. And then over here, man, 8% of the population is so-called Native American, which we know some are classified as black, right? So therefore, 1.5 of these total makeup of 545,000, man, is 1.5 of those. So 54,000 Native Americans, roughly, maybe more than that, man, because it's 1.5%, man. So that's actually like 75, 80,000, man, maybe even higher, man. 80,000, I wouldn't say it's that high, man. 1.5% of 544,000 is 5,000, man. Right? 5,000 something, man. So it's actually 5,007. So seven. I would say something. Right, 1% of 544. Yeah, man. It's roughly 55,400 people, man. Right? Even though the native population is 8%, man. Right, 8% of whatever the natural national rate is, man. But this is out of a condensed number, man. Right, so they saying that 5,000 Native Americans, man, and a lot of blacks a lot of Native Americans had to classify as black, right? So multiracial, that's 10% out of the 4%, right? And that also goes into it, man, right? Because 10% out of 4% of the population, most of them are what? Black, right? Because we go by the seed of the father, man, right? So just by this here, man, we could see that is disproportionately affecting our people, man, right? How many times do we see disproportionately, man? Share. Here it says this is out of AI too, man. AI is saying that the blacks are disproportionately represented in the missing children cases, man. In CPS cases, it says that Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are disproportionately involved with CPS cases, man. Right? So then when we go here to Deuteronomy 28 and 45, it says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee, right? And overtake thee. So that happens, man, until thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not to the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep all his commandments and the statutes which he hath commanded thee, right? And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Do you think that the rate of, so this is one thing I do, man, right? If we go to my Facebook page right now, man, and we just scroll for 5 minutes, right? Maybe 20 minutes, right? I guarantee it will be more missing Black children on my Facebook than it will be white children, man. I don't remember the last time I've seen a missing child that was pale skin, man, on my Facebook, man. It's either usually Black children or it's Hispanic children, right? And then in Canada, man, they have even higher rates of Canadian Native Americans that get taken, man. Right? The sex trafficking there is ridiculous, man. Right? And this is why it says, "Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity." Man. This is what we see in the Bible, man. Right? This is what we see in all actuality in the faith of us every day, man. Right? And it says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people," man. Right? If somebody takes custody of your children, man, the state, let's say, right? So the state taking custody of your children, man, that is them uh giving our sons and daughters to another people, man. The state is not us, man. Right? And then where are they going? To the foster care system, man. And I'm gonna mention the brother from I don't know what their camp name is, but the brothers I used to congregate with out in Buffalo, man. Right? I really don't want to make it seem like exposing nobody's history, man. If I offend anybody with what I'm about to say, and you do so happen to catch this, man, forgive me. I didn't mean to, right? But I'm just gonna mention it, brother Gabar from Buffalo, man, right? That I used to teach with, right? Adar Gabar, right? He was in the um foster home system, man, as a child, man, right? If I'm not mistaken, right? Don't quote me on that. I've heard, right? And I love the brother with all my heart near and dear, right? Not trying to come at him or not. But yeah, the brother was in the foster home system and he expressed to me how bad it was, man. It was, yeah, he made a lot of friends and everything in the foster care system, man. But it was very seldom that it was a white person in there, man, from his words, man, from what I heard, right? I could be wrong, but that's what he told, right? Or what I heard him say. I might be. It's been so long that I might be wrong, man, right? But still, it's the case that they take us and they give us to another people, man, right? Some of our people have to sit in a foster care system for 18 years until they turn 18. Then they get out the foster care system, man, right? And then they got to fend for themselves, man, right? Usually resulting in uh, us going to prisons and so on and so forth because we are so used to being institutionalized, man. It says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people," man. So giving them to another people is actually institutionalizing them, man, right? Indoctrinating them, man, right? Because a lot of these foster care places are so-called Christian or Catholic, right? And what do? They teach them not to obey the Lord, man. Teach them the other gods which they have not known, man. Wood and stone, man. Right? So then it says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in their hand," man. Right? So give me 1 second. because I'm looking for some specific. Right. So really, man, what we need to understand, man, is here in Deuteronomy 28, right, and 32, we our sons and daughters is taken from us, man. Right? That's what this is about, man. Right? It does not matter that it applies to everyone, man. Right? Because in America, right, the so-called Americans is a wicked nation, man, a wicked and perverse nation, man. Right? And then the video that's in question here, man, I suggest everybody watch that video, man, and see how the Cooley, right? The no Fugazi nigga, man. Right. I used to have so much respect for him, right? Until I seen that he was dealing with a Edomite single mother, and he's clowning on Eve for being single mothers and so on and so forth. Right. I used to have so much respect for him until I found that out, right? And then this was the final nail in the coffin, right? When he was on his panel, right? And he was letting Andrew Wilson get his shit off, getting his stuff off, man, so on and so forth, right? And then the moment the Hebrews spoke, and then Andrew Wilson spoke over them, he did not say a single word. There was a time, and I know, Gorilla Hebrew is not the softest brother, man. He ain't gonna be patient. But Tazariak was very patient with these brothers, man. Right? Tazariak was very patient, and I commend that brother for that, man, because you don't see that too often, man. Right? Tazariak was patient, and Gorilla was not having it, man. Gorilla was not trying to be patient, man. Why should he be patient for the damn Edomite, right? But that's rather here nor there, man. Right? But when Gorilla got to a point where he was yelling and screaming, um, it was a point where the Edomite double, Andrew Wilson or whatever his name is, right? He started going la 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 very loudly, man, mocking Gorilla Hebrew. But the moment that Andrew Wilson even made mention of anything, it's like yo, be quiet, man. Let him talk, right? Let him talk, man. Right? He had the utmost level of respect for the Edomite double, man. Right? And mind you, the reasoning behind the whole video is God a racist, right? The first comment that this Edomite double, I'm going to continue to call him an Edomite double, man, because his first statement he made was, nobody cares if blacks segregate in America. That was his first ignorant statement, man, because that was not the topic of this discussion. And then Cooley had to come in and, oh no, Massa, this is what we talking about. Man, we wasn't talking about that, Massa, right? Tightening up his bootstraps for the white man, right? Basically giving this man fellatio, man, right? All up on his meat, man. And then what it came down to was they weren't making mention of nothing about well, they were mentioning segregation at the time, and he just came in and was like, we don't care if you guys segregate. Ignorant statement, man. Right? Because the point Cooley was making was we gotta be together, right? We God, it's immoral, right? For to be racist. That was his point. It's immoral to be racist because the Most High is separative, right? He chose who he chose, man. He did not choose all nations, man. Right? And they were saying it was immoral that the Most High is racist, but that ain't the Most High defines what race what immorality is, man. So for you to call the Most High immoral or so on and so forth for what is, then you don't believe in God, man, right? But he was putting on this cape for the Edomite, but he was not trying to hear nothing that the brothers were saying, man, right? And he was rather trying to hear opinion rather than what's out the Bible, man. He says, "How do you feel? How do you?" No, it ain't about how do you feel, man. It's about what the Lord says, man. And this is Joel chapter 3, verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people, man. Right? We look at the missing children, man, and we understand what they use our children for, man. Organ harvesting, yes, right, and sex trafficking, yes, right. These children, right, that they taken from us, man. in the missing children cases, not the CPS. I don't know what's going on with CPS, right? CPS, from what I understand, I could be wrong, right? But CPS, from what I understand, they take your children, they put them in foster care, and then they go into a better home. So, quote unquote, right? Because I'm doing air quotes over here, and I ain't got my camera on, but quote unquote, right? They to put them into a better home, right? And oftentimes, what I think about when this happens, man, um, oftentimes when I think about it, these other heathen men, what they do is they come and they give the children to two fathers or two mothers, right? These two fathers or two mothers taking these kids, right? And they doing them wrong, man. They abusing them, right? They doing sexual things to them, man. Right? They doing things unspeakable and detestable to these children, man. Right? Like it says, and they had cast lots for my people, man. Oh, we just want a kid. We just want a son, right? This made me think of I don't care how people feel, man. Right? This made me think of a show that I watch, right? Called Modern Family, man. Right? I watch it, yes. Yeah, I watch it. It is what it is, man. It's much worse things that could be watched, right? And it's terrible what's going on in that show, man. But that show Modern Family, where you got the two dads, right? The two dads, they go and get a Asian daughter from Asia or whatever, Thailand or whatever they get her from, right? And then and about the third season, if I'm not mistaken, they want to try and they want to get a son, right? This happens a lot where these two dads or two moms take children, man. But oftentimes, man, right? The fathers or the mothers do heinous things, man. And that, yeah, sometimes it's not even our children that they doing it to, man. Sometimes it be white children, man. Right? Sometimes it be Asian children, right? Sometimes it do be other demographics, right? So we can't say that it's strictly talking about that they only do it to our people, right? But the highest cases of them, man, is talking about our people, and it says, and have given a boy for a harlot. What do you do with a harlot, man? Right? Or what do harlots do? Right? What's the biblical definition of harlot, man? Right? Let's get into that, right? Moving everything around. I'm gonna get the let's just make sure we're good. I'm probably gonna be on this topic for a little bit, man. I'm not trying to do nothing else until it's damn near time for me to start having camp. Then I'm gonna be back live again after this, man. Back live again right after I'm done on this, man. Cause I'm trying to draw this out until at least 6 o'clock, man. So if you tuned in, man, you're gonna see a lot of articles brought up. You're gonna see a lot of information brought up about these topics that I'm dealing with, man. Right? I'm not gonna try and sugarcoat it. I'm trying to hit every nail on the head, man. I'm trying to get every point across, man, because it's needed in these cases, man. Right? And mind you, I'm only going into one of these verses, man, or a couple of these verses. We're just dealing with our children, man. Right? It's not dealing with everybody. It's our children, man. The state of how they treat us, man. Right? So so this is H 2181 Zanah or Zanah, right? That's exactly how it's spelled. Set Zanah. It ain't no difference, right? But it says harlot, go a whoring, whoredom, whore, commit fornication, whorish, harlot with commit continually great whores, right? To commit fornication, to be a harlot, play the harlot, to be a harlot, act as a harlot, commit fornication, commit adultery, to be a cult prostitute, to be unfaithful to the Most High, to play the harlot, to cause to commit adultery, to force into prostitution. That's the one that is talking about more so here, right? To commit fornication, because they take our children and treat them like sex slaves, man, right? But I don't want to get the wrong one out of here, right? Let me get this. Because a lot of what I want to do is get the definition of harlot, right? A prostitute, right? So on and so forth. So look, a prostitute, right? A person, in particular, a woman. So this is saying, so when I went to harlot, it said that prostitute. When I went to prostitute, it says that a person, or in particular, a woman, man. So when we're gonna go back here really quick, right? Let me get this right here with and in tune with that, right? But when we go into Joel 3, it says, "And they have cast lots for my people and haven't given a boy for a harlot." They say they gave a boy for a prostitute, man. They gave a boy to be a person, in particular a woman, man, to act as a woman who engages in sexual activity. But this is not for payment, man, right? It says sex working, a person who misuses their talents or who sacrifices their self-respect to sake of personal or financial gain. So you see how these negative connotations go with this, man? So when you see here, and oh man, I was not even sharing a tab. I hate when I do that, but this is where it's at off of Google, right? What I just read and so on and so forth, right? So it says that they give a boy for that, man, right? Let me see. Give me 1 second. I think it's I don't know. Let's see. We're just gonna search it. I keep on pressing the wrong button. Right. Let's go here. Right. So this is Leviticus 18, chapter 22. I didn't know where it was. So like here, right? It says, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind or man, right? As with womankind, it is an abomination, right? So you can't be laying with children, man. You can't be laying with boys, man, right? And it says they have cast my lots for my people and given a boy for an harlot. They treat them like little girls and they sleep with them, and even the girls, man, that's up, man, right? So they take the children, man, and they treat them as sex slaves, man. They sex trafficking our children, man, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink, man, right? So they take the girls also, man, and then they make them into druggies and drunks and so on and so forth. And then also they give them that strong drink, which is that strong delusion, and make them into whores and prostitutes as well, man. Right? If I'm not mistaken, there was a video of a girl that said that she was sex trafficked, right, when she was young, right? And then her family came looking for her, right? And it might not even have been sex trafficked, but it might have been abducted, right? When she was young. And I'm not sure what the case was, right? But this woman was abducted when she was young, and then she was raised by another family, right? And this was a black girl, right? And in this case, right? I only say that because here, right? That's why I'm saying this, right? But she was under the assumption that these people were her actual family. Why do you keep on calling me that? That's what she was saying when these people were calling her by her birth name, man. Why do you keep on calling me that? My name is this, this, and this, man. Why do you keep on calling me that, right? I wish I would have shared that on Facebook, man. I should have been able to share that on Facebook, but I didn't, right? I did not share it on Facebook, right? But that would be powerful for this video, man. Right? Let me see. Yeah, I definitely didn't share it. I don't be on Facebook too much, right? But yeah, man, this girl, she was missing for years, man. And then she just assumed that she was who they was telling her she was, man. Because they were just ignorant, man. Or she was ignorant. She didn't know any better, man. Right? So when it says thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, man, this is how it happens, man. This is what happens, man. All right, let me make sure I got all these links. 1, 2, 3, 4. CPS, Google link 1, Google link 2. I think I've touched base on all the links, right? So I'm gonna get to so so this is just missing persons, right? This ain't even children, right? So they saying that over 600,000 people go missing each year, according to Martin PI. About 4,400 unidentified bodies are recovered each year. That don't mean that they are technically missing, man, right? But it says, but at about 1,000 remain unidentified after 1 year. I don't believe that. So you saying that 600,000 people go missing, right? And then only 4,400 um, come up, right? And then out of those 5,400 people, right, all the rest get found, right? So they basically saying that 500,000, 900, uh, 900, right? Let me just do some quick math here. 500,000, 500, 590. No, that's wrong. It actually is right. It's actually 594, right? 600. 5,904,000 people, 600 get found every year, man. I can guarantee you right now on Facebook, it's a bunch more than that that are missing, man. I actually do a cleanse on my Facebook quite often, right? Where I'll go through to see them remove the missing children off of Facebook, right? So right now, this is just from I'm gonna probably do a week of scrolling, man, because I haven't been posting on Facebook that much, right? But this is a week of scrolling on my Facebook, right? I got one 2 days ago, right? I got another that was from 4 days ago, right? And then I have another one that was removed 5 days ago, right? I'd already deleted the missing child, but then I'm gonna go back a little bit more, uh, right? And then uh, so it says that two have been located, right? This last one that I was on January 9th, which I'm actually deleting off my profile right now. But that last one, she's found, right? But out of the four, right, two of them got found, so that means half of them got found, half of them didn't, right? And then this one here says it hardens my heart, right? So she still haven't been found. I'm just confirming whether they are found, right? It says this other one out of Georgia, she hasn't been found yet, man. Right? And if I probably scroll for like 2 to 3 minutes on my Facebook, right, I'm gonna see some missing children, right? Guaranteed, man. Right? Just keep on scrolling and eventually I'm gonna get to it, man. Right? And even if I don't get to it, man, right? The amount of missing children. Oh, look at that. Once I put my phone down, I was about to say, once I put my phone down, it's a missing person, right? But it wasn't, right? But this happens often in the United States, man, right? This here, cast lots for my people, giving a boy for a Harlan and sold a girl for wine, that happens almost every day, man, right? Right? And if you even go here, man, right, the Oregon harvesting and so on and so forth, man, this here, man, right, Deuteronomy 28 and 54. We're not going to touch base on the father part, right? But we're going to continue on, right, to the next verse, right? But Deuteronomy 28 and 54 says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother and his wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave, right? So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children whom he shall eat. A lot of our missing children go in food, man, right? Let me see. Oh, so now they want to say it's fake, man. Right? This ain't a fake. It ain't fake, man. They're saying that it's false that McDonald's have human meat in it. That's not false, man. Right? A lot of this stuff it has human meat in it, man. See, so they exporting it to Taiwan, man. Right? Oh well, okay. I guess that's not what that's saying, right? But honestly, man, this is from 2016, Human and Rat, and that's CBS News. So that seems like it's a it's actually there, man. Why would CBS report this, man? Right? Let me copy and then I just closed the tab, so I'm opening up a new one, man. Paste and go. Right? And then let's go back. Let's go back, right? So AP News and fact check who. This is in 2020, man. Human meat has been discovered in the freezers of Oklahoma City McDonald's meat factory, as well as 90% of other meat. So it says AP satire. Hero remains have not been found in false claim is years old Hug first appearing in sexualhustlers.com 2014. So they're not are they denying this? Let me get this tab close to that one, right? Are they denying this? Baltimore. Is rat DNA in there, right? But it also says scientists say human DNA, rat DNA, and other discrepancies were found in some burgers they tested, man. It says they Clear Labs tested 258 samples from 79 brands and 22 retailers from retailers and fast food chains in Northern California, right? Who's a fast food chain, man? You don't think McDonald's wasn't in there, man? Right? It says using next generation genomic sequences, right, and other third party tests, Clear Labs screens for authenticity, major, medium, and minor substitution, contamination, gluten, toxin, fungi, and toxic plants, other allergens, and missing ingredients. We also examine products for nutrition, right? So they looking for how healthy it is, man. And it says of the 258 sample size, Clear Lab says human DNA was found in one vegetarian burger and rat DNA. Man. And rat DNA was found in a fast food burger, a vegetarian burger, and a ground meat sample, right? So they only saying that it was only in one vegetarian burger, man, right? While it's unpleasant, it's important to note that it is unlikely that human DNA or rat DNA is harmful to consumer health. So they saying it's all right to eat it, right? Come on, man. They're making us cannibals, man. Our tests revealed evidence of substitution in 16 products or 6% of all samples, 6.6%. So it says we found beef in 5 samples, chicken in 4 samples, turkey in 3 samples, pork in 2 samples, rye in 2 samples, and sunchoke in 1 sample that were not supposed to contain these ingredients, man. Right. So they did a test, and obviously it says that they only found it in one, right? But I'm sure they saying it was in one vegetarian burger, man. Right? Which I don't believe, man. Right? They I feel as though they're sugarcoating this, right? And also you got to remember it's only a sample size of 258 samples, right? That's that's a lot. Yeah. Correct. But it's only out of Northern California, man. What about throughout California? What about Vegas or Nevada? What about Oklahoma? What about Oregon? Right, I'm trying to stay on that West Coast over there. What about Washington State? Right. What about North South Dakota? What about Denver or Colorado? Right. What about Texas? Right. What about New Mexico? Right. What about all the other states, man? You have over X amount of chain restaurants in America, right? So what happens, man? They taking our children and they feeding it to us, man. Right? And that's not as so backed up by what what I just brought out, right? They saying that it's the false claims, man. But one burger had human DNA, man. One of those burgers, which was a vegan burger, right, or a vegetarian burger, had human DNA. So therefore, it's in there, man. And it says that to give to any of them of his flesh or his children whom he shall eat, man. Right? And it's not saying the flesh of their children, the flesh of his children whom he shall eat. We eat our children, man. Right? They taking our DNA, man, or they taking us and they using us, our organs, and then they chopping us up and putting us in the meat, man. So yeah, if you have let's say you have 100 pounds, right? Of let's say you have 100 pounds of meat, right? Beef, supposedly beef, right? And then you get arms and legs and so on and so forth. You grinding that all together up in ground beef, man. That's what is happening, man. They putting it in ground beef and they grinding it up, man. So some parts might have very minuscule amount of human DNA, but it's still in there, man. Right? The vegan burgers, man, that's questionable, man. I don't know how it even get into vegetarian burgers to begin with if that's supposed to be plant food, man, or plants, right? It's not supposed to be meat, right? So we really getting into it, man. We eat of our children on the day, man, on the day to day, man, right? And a lot of times, what happens is they take our fetuses that we abort, right? Because the blacks have the highest rate of abortion, man. Right? Blacks, Spanish, Native American more so, but blacks specifically, right? They take the fetuses, they grind them up, and then they disperse them throughout the pool, man. Right? So they taking our error and they giving it to us as food, man. Right? How let's do this, right? Give me 1 second, right? More than enough time, and look at that, man. I hate when it does that, and it does it. So I share this tab. It says McDonald's buys billions of pounds of beef annually, right? So you mean to tell me that they buying billions of pounds of beef annually, right? But it's not enough cows in the world for you to get that many pounds, right? If it's only from America, right? You have to outsource, right? It says in 2014, McDonald's bought around 800 million pounds of beef, which is about 3% of the total beef consumption in the U.S. And so, if you're telling me that it's higher than that, man, right? Where are they getting them 8 million pounds of beef, man? And then if America is 3% of 800 million, right? That's what roughly speaking 5.7, nope, 8. I don't know. It's up there, man. The million turns into billions, and that would be 8. It's three. Yeah, man, that's high, man. Can't even do the math for that. That's how high it is, man, in my head, man. Right? That's how high that is in my head. That's how high amount that beef is, man. So therefore, when we going into it, man, uh, if we going into it, right, they can't be just using human meat, man. And of course, I'm going to use McDonald's, man, right? Because they the highest retailer of fast food burgers, man, right? Let's see this. Let's see. So okay, I actually I actually went off of Bob's Burgers, right? Because the first episode of Bob's Burgers, they say that it's your or no, actually it's actually the episode of Bob's Burgers, not the first episode, but the episode where they go into I watch a lot of TV Slovakia, man, right? But they go into the little fat pudgy food inspector. They was having this lobster fest or whatever, right? And then Bob, being a burger guy, he ain't want to his children, his wife, none of that partaking in a lobster fest, man. Right? So therefore, Bob, to ruin it, man, he fell into the lobster, into the butter, man. And those who eat lobster, man, if you're an Israelite, right, you should not be eating lobster. But if you do, man, you going off, right? But those who do eat lobster, man, they say that you need the butter to go with it. I've never had lobster, so I couldn't tell you, man. Right? But that's the common association with lobster, man. We need this we need this lobster. And then, what the point I'm making though is when when they tested the meat to see how much human remains was in it, it was below the legal level, right? So that's where I get that ideology that it's a amount of human remains that's permissible by law, but that's obviously not the case. I would be misspeaking, right? But here it says that it's allowed in food is zero, right? But there are no laws explicitly permitting the consumption of human flesh, right? And most states have laws that indirectly make it that indirectly make it impossible to legally obtain and consume human remains, effectively prohibiting any amount of food, right? So technically speaking, they have indirect laws, right? But what about those that make the laws, right? What about those that are technically above the law, man? Right? Because a lot of people are above the law in this place, man. And if you have a smaller percentage, man, that's untraceable, man, right? And you spread it throughout billions and billions of pounds of meat, man, right? If I had all right, let's say this, right? The average fetus is about what? Let's say in the first trimester, it's no more than a pound, man, right? You take however many annually and you grind them up, man, right? And then let's say it's just for the sake of the video, right? Let's just say, right, that the amount of fetuses that's used is about 7 or 8, man, and we know it's higher than that, but let's say to 100 million or 800 million pounds of beef, right? You got 7 pounds. That's 7 pounds of it that's human remains or human flesh, right? Or a fetus, right? So now you got that grinded up and mixed into 800 pounds of beef, man. Right? And we know that McDonald's burgers are not burgers, man. They're not beef, right? Because when you eat a McDonald's burger, if you eat a McDonald's burger, I haven't had a McDonald's burger and probably I stopped eating McDonald's in 2010, man. It is now 2025. All praise to the Most High, man. Right? So I haven't had that in so long, but you can still see that they don't mold, they don't decay, they don't do none of that. They actually have people out here that test the burgers, man. Right? Let's go here. Let's see. We're gonna get into it, man. Let's just go here. This was something that they taught us as children in schools. And before I continue on, man, this goes into I think it was Super Size Me, man. Right, this is the same, or it might have been how I've seen it. Right, I've seen it through Super Size Me, but this video, man, this is very popular, right? And typically, when you got a burger, fries, and so on and so forth, and you leave them out for longer than 3 days, the bun is um, molding, the burger is starting to smell bad, and look, man, you can see like hold on, wait. Let me see. I'm gonna get this real quick, right? The bad burger bunch. I love it, right? So typically speaking, man, you gonna get a burger that look like that, the nasty patty. I said the bad burger, man. It's the nasty patty, man. Right? Or if you get it, you're gonna get the foggy patty, man. Right? Or you're gonna get the nasty patty like this, man. Right? You're not gonna get a burger that lasts forever, man. Right? It starts to go bad, man. Right? So that's what I wanted to get when I shared that. But we're gonna continue on this video, man. And this honestly not the video I was looking for, man. It's not because he's talking about the decomposition, man. I, it might be the same video, but the one that I watched was about how long it could last or whatever. But that's rather here nor there. And mind you, this is the formula for 14 years ago, man. This is the formula that they used 14 years ago, man. Think about what they use today. You hear how he said that? That actually looks like meat. Meaning it's not. So you hear him, they make real hamburgers. You can see that's real meat. Real fries. So he waited 2 weeks, man. If I had food sitting in the jar for 2 weeks, man, not refrigerated, not frozen, nothing, man. Think about that, man. Just sitting out in the jar. And if this is the heat of the moment, man, right? Let me see. It might give August 29th, man. And I know that this ain't from August 29th, 2010, man. Right? I know because I seen, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same exact video that I seen when I was in middle school, man. When I seen Super Size Me, man. Right, hold on. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'm just looking for it. I'm gonna share the tab. That looks like the same dude, actually. I think it is the same guy, man. Right? Super Size Me came out in May 7th, 2004, man. Right? So this dude here, man, who looks quite much like this guy here, man. Right? In this video, the video that I'm sharing here, man. Right? Let me see if I can get it, man. Right? That's the same guy. Right? That's the same guy. So him, right? And him, they're the same people, right? So this video actually came out, right? So like this video actually came out in 2004, man. So then that means that he did the experiment in 2004. This experiment for McDonald's burgers came out in 2004, man. And then this was re-released to the public in our YouTube August 29th, 2010, man. I believe this is the same time. This is the same video from Super Size Me where he tested the burgers, man. Right. So then you got to think about since 2004, 20 years later, how did the formula change, man? What happens to make the food to the food now, man? And the burgers don't look any better. They actually look worse nowadays, man. The last one I seen was probably in 2021, man. My boy went to McDonald's. I'm like, yo, let me just get a sweet tea, right? And then he got a burger, a couple burgers actually. And I'm like, yo, man, you putting that in your body, right? And That's what happened, man. He ate it, man. Right? But I said, yo, that don't even look edible, man. So that's regular decomposing, right? And I'm not I know I'm kind of getting off on a tangent because I'm talking about how our sons and daughters is fed to us, right? Through McDonald's and so on and so forth, retailers, right? But I'm kind of get off on a tangent because I'm going into how it's not real meat. Honestly, it's a blend of different meats. It got rat poison, it got so on and so forth. All these different ingredients in their beef, right? And human DNA, man, right? I will repent uh, if it's true that they don't have human DNA in their meat, but I am 97% persuaded that it's human DNA in McDonald's, man. You can't persuade me otherwise, man. I would never eat that, man. I would never eat it again, right? So that's McDonald's French fries, man. You seen the mold, the black mold in the regular French fries, man? Those are real potatoes, man. Do you think he went and bought some new fries and put them in there, man? No, man. So you got to remember too that quarter pounder with cheese. He showed the bun. The bun was molded, man. Right, but he did not take it apart. Show the bun, the burger, man. Right, but that's rather here nor there. Not even a little bit, man. 3 weeks later, man. Lettuce is molding a little bit. That now that's molding, man. Molding, and it's specifically the bun burger. I mean the bun, man. And that's the same thing. Mm. I would have threw them out by then. Now, I might get copyrighted for this, man. I only got 10 viewers, 10 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It won't be the end of the ministry if I get blocked on Facebook or on YouTube or my channel taken down for sharing this video, man. This is not a part of the Free Use Act. This is copyrighted, man. I'm not doing this for monetary gain. My page is not monetized. I'm not seeking monetization on my channel, man. So I'm not using this for gain at all, right? I'm just using it for public information, right? And if it is copyright, man, hey man, catch me on the next channel, man. I'm gonna share what it is, though, man. So look, the real food got thrown away. They had to throw it away. But 5 weeks later, they still had the McDonald's. So the Big Mac finally started going crazy after 5 weeks, man. Took 5 weeks for that thing, man. That quarter pounder been done, man. Nothing. 8 weeks. All right. So the whole thing was it was an 8 week experiment, man. Right. But the thing is, man, it comes down to how they feed us our children, man. right? It ain't even question, uh, right? A lot of times, what people will say is, "How do these fast food restaurants get so much meat?" You got beef, chicken, and pork. That's their main three ingredients, right? Well, in 2019, there was a chicken shortage, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's what they were saying, right? They don't even say that the chicken is going extinct. They say it's a chicken shortage, right? And then a lot of times what you have is beef recalls, right? I think McDonald's always gonna have burgers, right? McDonald's always gonna have a McChicken, right? Burger King always gonna have burgers. Burger King's always gonna have the spicy chicken sandwich, right? Or is that McDonald's? I don't know. I don't give a fuck, right? But that's what happens, man. They replace and substitute the meat with other things, man. Animals, humans, fillers, right? So on and so forth, man. So we come to them, man. Right? And then this is what it is, man. It says, therefore, verse 48, Deuteronomy 28:48 says, therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness. And hunger, man. They ain't feeding us the best, man. What did they do when we went to them before in hunger, man? They gave us the scraps off the table, man. You think they really still giving us real food? No, man. Right? They they made the worst seem like a delicacy, like lobster, shrimp, crab, whatever, man. All the abominable, detestable animals, man. They make them into a so-called quote unquote delicacy, man. Right, but it's not delectable in the sight of the Most High God's eyes, man. Right, but they name it, they label it, so on and so forth as delicacies, man. Right, therefore resulting in our people desiring it, man, and keeping us in sin, man. Right, and yeah, this is still going into how they take our children, man, and how they use our children, man. Right, because they really don't even have to take the children with abortion, man. Right, our women willingly give them to the people, man, and our men willingly fund the abortions, man. Oh, you pregnant? I don't want no baby by this B. Right, man, let me send her this little $400 cash app, or here, take this Plan B. Plan B ain't as bad, man, right? Because niggas don't know how to use it anyway, right? It's supposed to be taken prior to conception, not post conception, but that's rather here nor there, right? So niggas be like, yo, I thought I gave you the 400 for a Plan B or $40 for the Plan B, whatever, and then 2 months down the road, oh man, I'm still pregnant. What the hell, right? I thought I got a Plan B. I thought I got rid of that thing, right? Then you got to get 400 to get the abortion, huh? Right? So now you taking an abortion baby and they sucking them up. Where them babies going, man? Do they got a garbage that they throwing the babies in? Do they got human waste um, facility that they put the babies in, man? No, they chopping these babies up and putting them in your food, right? That's what happens, man. Because they giving us food, right? But it ain't what we expected, man. Right? Verse 32 it says, "Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people," man. We got to really think, why, how, and when it really comes down to it, man, how does this apply to everybody, man? Yeah, we got the few select percentages that our children are not taking, man, right? And we got the few select percentages that white children are taking higher at a higher rate, man. But you have to think about the classification of Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Ecuador, I should say, Colombia, right? Venezuela. There's so many countries in South America, right, and Central America, right, that are of Hispanic descent, right, Latinos, right, that they classify here in America as white. right? It's either Hispanic or non-Hispanic. You check off, but it's white when you go over there, man, right? Because I know this because I do. I don't want to disclose too much information, but I got, technically speaking, like a government job, man, right? I do searches to determine whether or not somebody is suitable for employment, man, right? That's my job description, right? And whenever I gotta put stuff into a certain database, right? I can't disclose certain information, right? But when I go to put like information into a certain database, when it comes to Hispanic applicants that I deal with, man, they are labeled as white, Caucasian, right? It ain't labeled as Hispanic, man, or Mexican or Puerto Rican, right? It ain't that, right? It's white. So they technically speaking, man, they could be taking our people, man, and classifying them as white to give it this conflation or inflation of numbers for whites, man, right? So that they can feel like they fit the curses of Deuteronomy, man, right? And then the same way that Andrew Wilson was talking on the video, man, and I tell you this, man, Andrew Wilson only got to about here, man. Right? He didn't get too much further past this, man. He said, "Okay, I'm going to look into it and see, right, and then see if it makes sense, right?" But he was going off of this, man. He was going off of this, man. He was going off the very basics, man. Right? He didn't go through all these and dissect. Oh man, this sound like me. This sound like me. This sound like me. Right? He can't say that this sound like him. Right? This sound like us. Right? All these things here, man. It's us. Who, what? And then, yeah, okay, all people have been oppressed through history, but who is oppressed and have been oppressed and have not gotten away from the hand of oppression for over 400 years, man? Right? Even during the time of the Moors, man, you had what was called the sub-Saharan slave trade, and you had a lot of our people being slaves in Europe to the Moors, man, right? The Moors had slaves and servants, man, right? And what happened was, yeah, it was some of our people ruling, man, but we were oppressed in there, man, right? We've been oppressed, man, right? Even if you think about the oppression of the Irish, man, which was mentioned in the video, man, right? Andrew Wilson mentioned how the indentured servitude of the Irish, man, the indentured servitude was of the Irish was 7 years. You did 7 years, and then you were free, right? And then you were able to escape your oppression to come over here. And yes, you might have been treated like lesser than in America for a few years, but the Irish um, initially set up. Well, this was knowledge that was passed to me. It may be incorrect, so don't quote me on this. But the what was told to me was that the Irish set up the slave catchers. They set up the garrisons, right? They set up these different things to combat runaway slaves and escaped slaves and so on when trying to escape to the Canada for freedom, man. Because the northern part, the northern colonies, man, they say that you get to the northern colonies, man, and you free. No, they were partaking in slavery too, man. It was slavery in New York City, man. It was slavery in here, man. It was slavery all over, man. Right? They just say that it wasn't in the northern colonies, man. But in all actuality, man, it was black slaves in the northern colonies, man. Especially, more specifically, in New York City, man. Right? Um, and it just doesn't apply to these other nations, man. Right? These other nations, they don't go through the curses how we go through, right? They don't have this, man. Right? Yeah, they some of them might have knee problems, but it says that they will be smitten in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, man. So I'm I'm 33 years old, man. I've had knee issues since I turned 17, man. Right? I turned 17. And yeah, this an occurrence of me getting hit by a car, right? Right? But as it came down to it, man, only one knee was affected. but the pain spread over to the other knee. Now I have pains in both my knees, man, and in legs, man, right? And it says it cannot be healed. So I've done self healing. I've done okay. So by self healing, I mean I've used marijuana tea, right, to heal certain pains and so on and so forth, right? But it still don't get healed, right? The pain goes away for the moments I'm under the influence or whatever, and then when that kind of starts dying down, man, the pain right back, man, right? It's only easing the pain slightly, but it don't go away, man. I still can't bend my knees a certain way, and if I uh, overextend my knee or twist it a certain way, man, my knees is cracking like I'm 65, man, right? And it says, this here, right? It ain't no healing it, man. Right? Yeah, okay, yeah. My uncle got bad knees. My grandpa got bad knees, so on and so forth, right? They could say that they people have bad knees, but that usually don't happen to them till they get elderly, man. Right? Our people, we have bad knees, bad legs, so what, so forth, right? Or so on and so forth, right? From very young ages. I can attest that I had bad knees since I was 17, right? And yes, it is due to me being hit by a car, but that's still rather here nor there. I know other people, young ages, man. Man, my knees hurt, man. Feel like I'm this old and I'm only this, man. I don't even be doing nothing, man. Right? That's what it comes from, man. Because we are the people of the Lord, man. They can't go through every and honestly, as Israelites, we can't go through every precept, right? And say that all of them fit us, man. But when it comes to this, man, 54, right? 55, 56, right? This is commonly in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American, or Black, Hispanic, and Native American, more so Black families, though, right? Um, and then here, man, the Great Plagues, long continuous, sore sickness of long continuous, right? Diseases of Egypt. That's kind of talking about the botch of Egypt, which is eczema, kind of, man. Which I my understanding. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Get in the comments and share your what you know, right? So that I could correct my incorrectness, right? But this here, man, the trees are the fruit of the land, locusts consume, right? And that's going in, but the olive trees, right? A lot of these things, man, dealing with natives, man, and Hispanics, man, cattle, right? They shall destroy our cattle, so on and so forth, right? All this stuff, man, right? Serving other gods of wood and stone that we have not known. That's what everybody, man. Because what did they do? They came over here with Christianity, man. Did the white man come here and gave us the gods that they did give themselves the gods that they don't know? Wood and stone, no. That don't apply to everybody, man. That applies to us, man. We don't know any other God other than the God of Israel, which is Yahweh, man. Bashem Yahshua. And at the end of the day, man, it's apparent, man, right? Who the curses apply to, man. It's apparent who the who are the real victims of this that I've been going into, man. The children, um, this is just one aspect of the curses too, man. Just our children at a base level, man. Right? When you get to those higher upper echelon levels of the curses, man. Right? Like the one I just brought out with bad knees and so on and so forth. Yeah, that does affect us at later points in our lives, man. Right? But got another example. My younger brother, man, played sports. Uh, first injury, man. Yeah, he did not lose his bounce, so on and so forth. But after that first injury he ever had, that was dealing with his knees, man. Right? He had to have surgeries X, Y, and Z, man, and his knees never recovered, man, to the fullest potential, man. Right? Got two younger brothers who was in basketball. One had major bounce, the other one didn't. The one had to have knee surgery at like 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 years old, right? And he could never dunk after that. My other brother, he was able to get up there and he didn't lose his bounce due to the surgeries and everything, man. Right? But two younger brothers, man, playing the sport, man, they had problems in the knees, man. Right? Lord smiting them in the knees at a young age, man. It's upon thy seed forever. This ain't upon Esau forever, man. They don't come out the womb in pain and anguish and hang with their life hanging in fear before them, man. Right? Hold on, I want to get that right. I want to get that. I think it's so the Deuteronomy 28 and 16, 66, right? And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, man. Right? And this is I'm not. I'm gonna finish this up really quick though. But this is something that I get from the videos that I be seeing on Facebook of Officer Tommy. Right, he's a Edomite, and the black community loves this Edomite. Right, but it's kind of funny, right? Because when you keep on going on there, it says, "And thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life." Now, this Officer Tommy, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's his name. He pulled up to the little girl in her little Jeep or whatever, little power wheel car or whatever. He pulls up. He was like, "Get out the car! Step out the car!" Inciting fear in the little girl, and it was a joke, so it wasn't really all he. It was he's just playing, right? But out of instinct, the child cannot be 2 to 3 years old or nothing. Child gets up and runs, man. Right? And from a young age, as children, we gotta tell our children to obey the adversary, man. Agree with thine adversary quickly, man. Right? Let me get that. I'm gonna get this really quick, right? Matthew 5 and 25. Let me actually get the full chapter. Matthew 5 and 25, it says, agree with thine adversary quickly while thou art in the way with him. So it says, if you ever get pulled over, make sure you got both hands on the steering wheel. Yes sir, no sir. Agree with thine adversary quickly, right? Do which is appeasing to him. And it says, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, man. This is taught to us from a young point, man, a young point of our lives, man. Right? And the ones that don't know it, man, they tend to end up dead, man. Right? They tend to end up shot with a warning shot in the back of them, man. Right? Fleeing and or whatever the case is, not listening to direct orders, man, and then you end up with a bullet in you, man. Right? That's what this is talking about, man. But we taught from a young age, agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him. That's at any time the adversary delivered thee to a judge. Who delivers us to the judge, man? The police officers, right? And the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison, man. Yeah, officer, take him away. 15 years in prison, man. Right? Resisting arrest, 6 months in prison. Go ahead, or 6 months in the county jail. Go ahead, man. Take him away from me. Right? That's what happened, man. So when it says, and thy light shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life, when it says that here, man, that don't apply to them. Yeah, you could say the officer feared for his life, but that ain't really him fearing for his life, man. He has assurance of his life because, oh, I fear for my life. Let me just pull out this pistol and kill a nigga, man. And then what am I gonna say? Oh, I feared for my life, man. And now, what is this? The 17th of January, give it 3 days, man. Right? Donald J. Trump is taking his second term in the office, man. And consecutively, he's about to come in office, man. One of his policies was that he's going to give the police, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But he said he's going to give the police um, complete immunity, right? Let's look at right. We have a bunch of different instances. Give me 1 second. I think Adam Toledo was a white man though. Hold on. Let me just make sure, because if he a Edomite, it don't help me, right? Oh, look at that. That's Ephraim, man. That's either Ephraim or Manasseh, man. Or Issachar, man. So this is an Israelite, man. That's crazy. I thought he looked, according to this man, he don't look like, he looked kind of like a white child, man. But I had to do a in-depth search, man. This is who Adam Toledo was, man. That you could see Hispanic child, man. They will classify him as a white child, man. Right? That's who they would say he is. Justice for Adam Toledo, man. Right? So we see this is a child according to the what us as Israelites believe, that him being Hispanic is an Israelite, man. Right? That's just according to the seed line of his father. He is an Israelite, man. This is what we're talking about, right? And then it says, thy life shall hang in fear and doubt, and there shall have no assurance of thy life, man. So it says, within 20 seconds of Officer Stillman getting out of his police car, 13-year-old Adam Toledo had been shot. So it took him 20 seconds to get out his car and shoot a 13-year-old child, man. Right? And some people will say that 13 year is the age where a young man becomes a boy, right? That's because the bar mitzvah that they say, man. But according to what I truly believe, right, I'm not going to say I'm right, but I believe that at 20 years old and upwards, that's when a child becomes a man, right? But that's not what the Bible necessarily says. So I'm not going to necessarily say it's definitive. But 20 years old and upwards, they're going to determine our polls according to the seed of our father. That's why I say that, right? But that's rather here nor there. This is still a young, even if you want to classify him as a man, he's a young man, right? He is an adolescent, man, right? Bare at his beginning of his pubescent stages, man. Right, 13 years is the beginning of puberty, man. He had a little bit on his chin, man. Right, a little bit of fuzz on his chin, man. Right, and it says, in the clear image of Adam holding his empty hands in the air moments before the gun was fired has gone viral, man. And then he just shot him, man. Right? Let's get this video, man. I didn't even hold on. This is my first time seeing this. I didn't want to watch it, right? But for all intents and purposes of the video, I'm going to watch it, man, because it's disheartening to see our people just unalive, man. Right? It saddens me, right? And I hate to see it occur so frequently, man. But it's the sad and harsh reality of being an Israelite in America, man. Right? Being a black, Hispanic, or Native American in America, man. You could be 13 years old, man. Right? Walking around holding your waistband, man. That's what it says. He was holding his waistband while fleeing. And then they told him that he was 18 or 25. They don't see you as a child. They see you as a grown man. Oh, he fleeing with his hand on his waistband because he probably didn't have a belt on, holding up his pants. And that's what they're gonna use to say that this officer is free to go, man. But let's get into it. Salakia, right? I also want to say that with this new Donald Trump thing going on, man, I wouldn't be surprised if they wait until after Trump gets in office, man, to put this dude on trial, man. Cause then, well, then Donald Trump say this, right? And then he's free to go, man. Right? But that's neither here nor there, right? And he turned around. Boom. Hold on, wait. He turned around, looked at him, then he shot him, man. So you told him to stop. He's listened to your order, right? He ain't got no assurance of his life, man. His life will hang in fear and doubt all the days of his life, man. Why did he run from the police? If you dare to serve and protect the community, why are you chasing down this young man, right? You're saying stop, and then when he stops, you shoot him. You don't question him, you don't interrogate him, you don't ask him why were you running from me? None of that. You just lethal force, right? So you telling them, look at me, what's going on? Like he killed you, man. He killed him, and now he trying to get him back to life. Why didn't you think about his life before you shot the gun, man? You know that's a lethal force, man. Knowing he, my bad, knowing he messed up. That's a long distance for him to be running too, man. Right? Most police officers can't um keep that up for too long, man. But he was obviously because if you're chasing a little Hispanic kid, man, right? It's a little bit different, right? Because he's a child. But if you're chasing a Hispanic man, you're not gonna catch him, man. He's out of there, man. Right? He gone. We too fast for these cops, man. You see the pace of his speed, man. Right? If it was a little Hispanic kid or man, right? Around like maybe 18, man, 19, maybe 20, 25, or the age bracket that they determined he was, man, he would have been gone. It's too many slits and slivers in here that he could just cut through, boom, and then he in the front of somebody's house and out gone, man. Right? But so he told him to show him if he was unarmed, man. He asked him, and then when he seen he wasn't unarmed, he still chose to kill him, man. Yo, so you see, this is crazy, right? He is by the edge of this thing, man. 3 seconds, you got a second to flip the gun to the side and then put your hands up. Like, come on, man. He's a kid, man. Come on. Man, we can't. I can't watch that, man. seeing our children get gunned down by freaking devils, man. That's crazy, man. That's what this goes into, man. We don't have any assurance of our life, man. That's why he had to run, man. It's hanging in doubt before me, man. Right? Yeah, yeah, man. Right? White people make up more of police shootings, right? Than than black or Hispanic. I'm not gonna deny that, right? But also you gotta understand that Hispanic make up the percentage of white police killings too, man. So the Hispanic here, man, that was just killed in that video, man, Adam Toledo, he will be put into the white white uh part of the police shootings aspect of police shootings, right? So he's gonna be labeled as a white man that was or a white child that was killed under the hand of police brutality, man. Right? But that's not the case. He's not a white child. But that's by classification, that's what's gonna happen, man. So that percentage gets a little bit higher, man. So whenever you see that, you can be like, oh man, that's our people, man, and they classifying them as their own so they can inflate their numbers, man, right? And that's clearly what it is, man. So when they use their per capita or so on and so forth arguments, man, right, you have to take into account that also some of these percentages is Hispanic, man, and some of these percentages so on and so forth, right? And that leads to it seeming like they're the victims as opposed to us being the victims, right? And then negates the fact that okay, the curses really can't fit you guys because we fear for our lives too, right? But the Hispanics fear for their lives, man, right? Um, I'm looking for one. I'm looking for this video, right? It's a video. Yeah, I think this is it. That's not it. So it was a man, right? Man, it actually is in one of Sons of Thunder's videos, man. Right, but it was a man. He pushed off. He was pushed by the officer, and then he shook up the officer and like, "Yo, man, I will kill you." And then the officers let this man go. They returned to the scene, man, and then the band gunned down two officers, and then shot the third. But then the third played hero and killed the man. Right, but they let this man leave the scene of a investigation, man, and he was talking to them crazy. If a black man did that, man, they would kill him, man. Right, and then he had enough to come back and kill these people, kill these officers, man. Right? Nope. It's hold on. I'm gonna find it. Right? If I don't, it's neither here nor there, man. Oh man, I ain't gonna find it. I don't think. Right? Hold on. Nah, that ain't it either, man. But it is what it is, man. They don't have fear for us, man. I mean, they don't have fear for their own, man. They say they fear for their lives when it comes to us, so that they could get away with murder, man. Right? And it affects our children. Tamir Rice, right? There was another one, right? Eric. I'm not sure what the name of the other little boy was, but we have Tamir Rice, right? We got Adam Toledo now, man, right? There's been cases where little girls were killed due to police violence, right? Uh, I think it's actually something that's going around where it was a police raid and it resulted in the death of a 12-year-old boy, man, or something like that, right? Also, right? This one here, this has been going crazy on the internet, right? So this is out of Syracuse too, man, right close to home. So they didn't even give this girl a chance to plead her case, though, right? The little girl here in this question article, man, or question thing, man, right? The little girl was detained, right? And she was questioned, man, but she's underage, man, right? Technically speaking, you would have to have the parents or a legal guardian there to question a child in New York State. That is New York State law, right? Because I live in the state. I know partially some of the law, right? Not all of the law, but I know what's gonna keep me alive, man, right? And you cannot detain a child underage, man, without parental consent, man, right? Or a parent being present, man, right? They cannot not detain but not handcuff, man. I mean, it's understandable, right? You got a similar outfits. It makes sense, right? And I'm not too mad at that, right? But you got two other girls here playing with this little girl, right? And they said they got off of school and playing in the snow. See, man, that's not as bad, right? But still, as a little 11-year-old girl, her life is hanging in fear and doubt before us, man. Right? I can't even say show me a case like that with a white man because it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna be there, man. Right? But it's too often where is no repercussions for a little child being detained, man. Yeah, Syracuse, New York, man, it might be bad in crime, right? It might not be the best place to raise a family, man. Right? But you gotta at least hear somebody out, man. You're gonna hear out the Edomite, man. You're gonna hear out the white man. You're gonna hear out the white child, man. Right? You're not just gonna come out guns a blazing with these Edomites, man. Right? It's actually been cases where these police officers got guns out, man, saying put the weapon down to a white man, right? Put the weapon down. But once they see anything that resembles a weapon in a black man or a black person's hand, oh, I fear for my life or a Hispanic family, right? Like I was saying, dang, I forgot his name that quick, man. Right, but the little Hispanic brother, man, that just went, man. Right, they don't have any decorum for our people, man. They don't care, right? Let me get his name. I don't want to forget his name, right? It's Adam Toledo, man. You can't forget these names, man. They play a heavy part in our day to day, man. We need justice for our people, but it's not gonna happen, man. Because it says this, man. The light shall hang in and fear for day and night, man. Right, and then even here, right, when you go into it, nobody is gonna buy you. Nobody gonna redeem us from this place, man. Nobody gonna take us out of this place, man. Nobody gonna take us out of this situation, right? And it says here, I'm just jumping around in Deuteronomy 28 before I end this real quick, man. Deuteronomy 28 and 48, it says, until he have destroyed thee, man. They got this on us until we are destroyed, right? And it says Deuteronomy 28 and 50, it says, a nation of fierce countenance, right? This is not talking about the people of the curse, right? This is talking about who's coming against us, right? It's verse 49, Yahweh shall bring a nation against thee from fire, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, right? This is what it's talking about here, right? A nation of fierce countenance, man, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. What do we get? What do we get from this, man? Do you see? Do you see? These people being oppressed, man. You see these people not showing again favor show to their young men, right? They show favor to everybody, man, right? They let so many things go over the under the rug, man. Right, let me find this in this page, right? Let me find this. Where is it? Where is the find button? Right? Find. We're gonna go okay. I'm looking for that. Verse 44. Right? So there's Deuteronomy 28 and 44, right? It says, he shall lend to thee. Do we lend to them? Right? This can't apply to everybody, right? And thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head. So he's the ruler. He is the governor. So he is the people in high places. And thou shalt be the tail. We the bottom. We working. We doing all the hard labor and all this stuff, man. This is what we are, man. This does not apply to them, man. Right? This is not even close to what they have to deal with, man. Right? So when it comes down to it, man, with these curses, man, and this is just dealing with children, man, at an adolescent state, man, young people, man. This is talking about them. This ain't talking about everybody, man. This is talking about just the children, man, and their estate, man, their lives, man, what they go through as adolescents, man. Right? This is what this is talking about them, and and how do you compare this to any other children, man, that aren't Black, Hispanic, or Native American, or the dispersed 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, man? Right? Because this surely applies to other people outside of America, man. Not just saying that it's just Blacks, Hispanics, and Native America in America, man. It's all throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Right? We do reside in other nations, man. And when you go to these certain people groups that do resemble this, man, most likely they are Israelites, man. Right? But when it comes down to the white man and so on and so forth, they don't fit these curses, man. Right? So maybe a little bit later we will go into what it is that we will go into what it is that the video was holding, right? And how they had no decorum with the brother Gorilla, the brother Tazariak. I did not tune into 6 5. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. 6 5, when I heard him say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the name of the Lord, and then he say, I come in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Barakatah. A lot of brothers that lack knowledge, they usually say the name of the Lord and then they say Barakatah after, right? Meaning that they lack some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, I took that and I kind of was like, oh, let me skip to this brother. He don't even properly know how to say the name of the Lord and the name of the Son. So I did skip through it, and I got into the heat of the battle when Ash popped up. And then I was like, all right, he know a little bit what he talking about, and I kind of breezed through that, and I was like, all right, now he got off, went through the radio a little bit further, and then I found out when the priest Eleazar or priest Eleazar, right? Ben Loya or Gorilla Hebrew, right? I zoomed into when he came on first, and he actually started speaking, right? And once he started speaking, then I tuned in from there, and man, it was just like they didn't have respect for the brother when he came up. He was trying to bring out certain points, and then it wasn't heard, man. And then when Andrew Wilson got on, when Tazariak and Gorilla was on there, man, Andrew Wilson got on as the cape for Cooley, man, right? When he got on, right, he basically was the one that Cooley feared. He feared Andrew Wilson, right? Whatever the hell his name is, right? He feared him. He didn't want to overspeak the master. The master have the knowledge, right? He didn't. He said, "I don't know what I'm talking about." He knows what he's talking about, so I'm gonna go with him. Nah, man. And then the whole dialogue of the rest of the debate was not, is God a racist, man? The debate was what Andrew Wilson wanted it to be, and there was no question to it, right? So uh, at the end of the day, man, it is what it is, man. We might get into that after camp. We may not. If we don't, it is what it is, though, man. But it's still the case that on a small level of our children, when you talk about the children in this verse, man, right? Let me even see if I can find another instance of children. I'm not sure, right? So it's three instances of children, 54 that I got, 55 that I got, right? And then 57, right? And that's talking about our children as well, right? And that's still saying kind of the same thing. We're gonna eat them for one of our things, right? So that's the same. It's the same thing that's said in 55, right? Um, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm covering every aspect of every aspect of what I'm trying to deal with, right? Verse 32, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't get the whole thing, right? So I'm gonna finish that off. It says, verse 32, Deuteronomy 28 and 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. That's when I went into another tangent about CPS and so on and so forth, right? And thine eyes shall look and fill with longing all the day long. So when you're in court, right, or when the police officers come to your house, man, and they just take your children away, man. They not, you don't have a suitable house for your children, man. That's what this is talking about, man. And your eyes look and feel for them all the day long, man. Right? It's crazy how many times I hear, I'm just trying to get my kids back, man, from the mouth of black women, right? And some of them be like, yeah, I know I messed up, but I'm just trying to get my kids back, right? But then you got white people, man. The children would be like, "Oh man, I'm mistreated, so on and so forth, man." You send a CPS worker to the houses, man, and the cases is be unfounded or whatever, man, and then you end up with the whole family dead, or you end up with the child turning around and killing his whole family, and then they come in and discovering the child in a pool of blood because he couldn't deal with it, man, right? Because they don't believe that it could ever be they people that's doing this to their children, right? And then I got verse 41, right? And verse 43, 53, I got that, man. Well, I got 54, right? But it says, eat the fruit of thine own body and the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters. So that's still going into 55, where it says, the flesh whom she shall eat, right? And 57, the flesh whom she shall eat, right? So we don't got to touch base on those particular scriptures, man, right? And dealing with the children, I did just do a search of the children, and I did a search for daughters or son, right, to see how many verses is pertaining to our children, man. And then I even got that he shall not regard the person of old nor the young, right, right. This here, nor show favor to the young. That's what I oh man, oh, ain't nobody trying to do none of that, right? I ain't even want to start that, man, right? But whatever. It is what it is, man. We could see this, man, in our faces, man, right? But if you have to have eyes to see to understand this, man, right? You could be X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth, man, saying this and that, right? But until you get into the deep down depths of what it truly is, man, right? And you see that these right, let me share myself, right? I'm about to end it. That's why, because I'm about to get ready for camp. But until you can see that the depths of the it's like until you can see that the depths of the curses applies to our people, man, you're gonna assume that it applies to everyone, man, which is not the truth, man. It's not actually biblically accurate, man. Right? It's not what the Bible says, man. So you just got to get into it, man, and don't go off of what Esau is saying, man. Right? Read it for yourself, man. Right? But yes, man. At the end of the day, who is this children talking about? Who do it affect the most? Who is the people of the book, man? It's clear, man. Going into the curses, you can see that it's this a sign for our children, man. And if they children don't go through it all the time, but our children is missing for years and years and years, man. Right? Some people be trying to find their kids from like 2020, right? Trying to find their kids from 1982, man. Trying to find their kids from 1990, whatever the case is, man. Kids still missing for years, man. It's usually black children, man. And I'm not saying that it's not other children like white children, man, or Asian children, man. But it's more commonly, it's disproportionately represented in the black community, man. Right? It is what it is, man. We can't get around it, man. If you get into the law, statute, of commandments, man, you see that it's applied to our people, man. And that's a law, statute, of commandments, or that's the laws of the Most High, man. Right? The Deuteronomy 28. Right? It's a sign for us, man, forever upon our seed. Right? So with that, man, I want to say shalom. How about Shem Shabrakatah, EGA, till we see the day.